He's a living legend, as old as a queen, and to me at least, every bit as impressive. He's made 70 documentaries entertaining 500 million people, and he's observed more species of animal than anyone else on Earth. I am talking about, of course, the incomparable Sir David Attenborough. I was privileged enough to be granted his only Australian interview during his recent tour of this country. More than a decade has passed since we last met, and I'm delighted to say the years have treated Sir David very well indeed. He only wishes they had been so kind to the planet. What a treat. A day at the zoo with David Attenborough.
Yeah, you deserve it.
Now I know why you're so popular with animals.
Why?
Because you bribe them.
They're strong, aren't they?
86 years of age, with knees that no longer allow the kind of adventures he had in the past, there can be no better guide to Sydney's Taronga Zoo than David Attenborough.
Over here.
A man whose life's work and passion has been talking about and to the animals.
How are you? All right? Lovely. Mind you, they're not very quick on the uptake, are they? What do you think of it? Hey, how you doing?
When we last met, you were 71, I was a bit younger, 15 years ago. And I thought, how fantastic, how energetic this man is. And now I realise you were only a youngster.
It catches up with you. But of course, it's fantastic to me that people should still want you to go and do things. I'm very grateful that it should be so.
The great gift for you, the great genetic gift, no doubt, from your parents, is that between the ears, no matter how old you become, you still have, I hate using technical terms in front of you, still got your marbles.
Yes, I mean, old age is not for sissies, as someone has said, and there's nothing much you can do about it. It's a question of luck, and I've been very, very lucky so far.
Lucky and irrepressible. Here is a man equally at home on the plains of Africa,
Plant-eating mammals are a great success story.
high in the rainforests of South America, or out in the trackless polar wastes.
I am at the very centre of the great white continent.
A globe-trotting career that began 60 years ago when a young Attenborough was sent abroad to leap on animals and bring them back to the London Zoo.
Because that's what you did 60 years ago. If an animal in a zoo died, there are plenty more out there, and go and get one.
In those early days, David not only encountered rare animals, but primitive tribespeople as well.
We were in the middle of New Guinea, and we had 100 porters. They said, no, we're not going into the country over there, because over there, the local people there eat people. And then suddenly these people jumped out of hiding and came charging down the track towards us. And I couldn't think of anything else to do except go and appear as friendly as I could manage, which is what I did. And when I got close enough, I said, good afternoon.
How very English.
Well, it sounds very English, but actually it's also a New Guinea pigeon.
The program that redefined wildlife documentaries and created the David Attenborough that we all know and love actually came quite late in life. David was 50 when he began his life's greatest work.
Sweet potato.
Life on Earth took you back to your childhood origins too, your early love of fossils, didn't it?
Yeah, fossils have always seemed to me one of the most romantic things on this earth. I mean, you could go to a rock and you pick it up, hit it with a hammer, and it falls home like that. And inside there is a shining, bright, perfectly formed shell. And nobody in the world has seen that before you did. Well, that is pretty romantic, you know?
I love it when you talk like that.
Well, is it not? and I think the time you got bored with doing that, forget it.
After that, he must find crocodiles assembled in the river behind me.
Are you fearless? I've seen you on the rim of volcanoes. I've seen you up trees on skinny ropes. I've seen you confront grizzly bears.
There are other words like stupid or unimaginative or I don't know. No, of course I'm not fearless. I mean, fear is a very proper emotion. Fear is what keeps you out of trouble.
Since Life on Earth, there has been an astounding outpouring from Attenborough.
The blue whale is 100 feet long.
Last count, over 70 documentaries, and all on the back of the most amazing developments in camera technology.
The technology has allowed us to witness things that no previous generation has ever seen. Plants moving, plants strangling one another, you know? Plants eating animals. Nobody saw that actually happening. They may have deduced that it happened, but nobody saw it happening until you got time-lapse.
But it does seem that the old joke that asks, how do hedgehogs mate, was right all along. The answer is, of course, with great care.
Of course, sex is a big part of your series. I mean,
well, if you're doing a program about life, you do a program about all aspects of it. And it so happens that as far as some animals are concerned, mating is the most dramatic event.
and like a lot of TV drama, there's not only been sex, but violence.
They've got one.
Sir David was the first to shatter any perception that our close cousin, the chimpanzee, was gentle, with this graphic footage of chimps hunting a monkey.
The hunters are tearing it apart.
People were horrified, weren't they?
Well, even zoologists were horrified when it was first discovered that actually chimps hunted monkeys and tore them apart and ate them alive. And I think it's largely because we've been brought up over the decades with zoos which always kept baby chimps. So it's like thinking that because you've only met babies, human babies, little things, you think, they're sweet and cuddly.
That's right.
Until they grow up to blokes like you and me, they take
right.
a kind of different view of the matter.
Inevitably, for someone grappling with life in all its guises, Attenborough's work has, at times, gone to the very origin of life itself. It began early in his career when he visited the remote Galapagos Islands, the extraordinary biological laboratory that inspired Darwin's theory of evolution and explained how the diversity of life on Earth could exist without a creator.
The differences that Darwin had noticed.
I believe some people have written to your program and complained that in the credits you didn't give due credit to God.
People do write and say to me, you've shown all these wonderful things of hummingbirds, and yet you give God no credit. And I reply and say, well, if you believe that God created every species that there is on Earth, then you have to believe that he created the little worm that is bore into the eye of a small innocent child sitting on a bank under the river in Africa and turn him blind within a few years. Now, I don't actually believe that God created that worm. You apparently do. So I leave that to you.
It's a safe bet that Sir David Attenborough has observed firsthand the changing nature of this animal planet more closely than anyone alive. Where his on-screen style has long been not to preach, but simply to convey an exuberant spirit of discovery, he has become increasingly outspoken on global environmental matters, such as climate change.
What is happening here is likely to have a greater effect upon us than any other aspect of global warming.
There is now no doubt whatsoever that carbon in the atmosphere is causing our Earth to overheat, or the temperature to rise at any rate, and that it can have appalling consequences.
Do you think human beings are capable of solving this problem?
I've got to believe. You've got to have hope. I mean, I'm not in the business of chucking my hand in and saying, forget it, tomorrow we die.
this has been a life well spent, studying life in all its shapes and sizes. While it might seem like a silly question for someone who's seen more species than any other human being, it just had to be asked. I noticed in an interview that you said that one of the most trite questions you get is, David, what's your favourite animal?
There's a simple answer, actually, and that's a human baby.
Really?
Yeah. My favourite animal is a human baby.
I haven't heard you say that before.
No, I haven't. I've just thought of it.
You're allowed to touch it. Age shall not weary him, though it might slow him down a bit. No one can go on forever, but David Attenborough has given us so much. I think he knows you. We can't help but hope for a little bit more. Why is every moment with David Attenborough and an animal a great moment? You celebrated your 80th birthday, as I remember, on the Galapagos. Working?
Yes.
Where will you celebrate your 90th?
I don't know. I'll be hopping around if I can. If I'm not, I shall be happy, I hope happy, relatively happy, sitting in a corner, reading, thinking, listening to music, writing, watching the world go by.
Very well said.
When I saw you surrounded by all those attractive young girls who look after the chimps and the other animals, I thought, you are a silverback.
They're very bad-tempered silverbacks, you know.
But a silverback nonetheless.
Well, thank you very much. Silver on top, anyway.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.